Our third and final game this evening is going to be the Tizz Savage Boys versus the World of Cheese. Tizzle Bizzle versus James Like Snacks. We've got Ogres versus Pro Elves. We've got sweltering heat. I never had a doubt in my mind. Hank the Ranger brings the sweltering heat. Oh, we've got a dead lineman as well. It is turn 2. We've got sweltering heat. We've got a dead lineman. And it looks like we've got an Eldril Sidewinder on... No, it's Jordell Fresh Breeze on the roster here. For the World of Cheese, they have the ball. On their own 20-yard line. It looks like they've DACA'd away from the line of scrimmage. So this is going to be how they stall out. So they're fragile, right? Most elves are fragile. Dark elves are the exception with mostly AV 9+. These Pro elves have an AV of 8+. They're up against one of the canonical Bashy teams. You can see they set up in a Cups formation. They're going to try to chase down these elves and beat them to a pulp. So the elves, being on offense to start with, if they... Let's say they were to play a normal offense, right? They have their line here, and they start moving the ball down here, and they want to stall out, right? Well, they're going to set up some protection, but the orcs are going to be right there to beat up on all of them, right? So instead of getting beat up on, he retreats from the line of scrimmage and has the speed advantage. So the orcs are going to take 2 or 3 turns to engage. And that's how he's stalling out, right? So he's going to retreat from the line of scrimmage. He'll burn 2 or 3 turns that way. He'll engage down here and then take off. He has the speed advantage. If he can take off and break free, he's free and clear. He doesn't have to worry about the blocks. C says, which pitch is this? I don't actually know which pitch is this. This looks like... I think this is Nobility. I think this is Imp. Is this Imp is grilled cheese? Not yet. Sweltering heat with cheese. PB Nut says, yeah, it's the Nobility pitch. Yeah. Iron Cynic, welcome to the stream. Iron Cynic says, Jordell will suck up the SPP, unfortunately. Perhaps so. Yeah, that is always a worry, right? When you bring a star player, a lot of star players are really, really good in this game. But they work for themselves. They don't work for you. So any SPP they earn is not going to your roster. It's not improving your players. Failed a really stupid roll with the troll there. That is a 4+ to succeed. If they fail, they lose their tackle zones. They lose their action until they succeed that roll in a future turn. You can make it a 2+ by having a friendly player beside them to tap them on the shoulder and remind them what they're doing here, as Tizzle Bizzle did there, but still rolled the 1 on the failure. 2+ instead of a 4+. The Tizz Savage Boys currently in 3rd place in Division A. If they win here this evening, they will remain in 3rd place, but still in a very good spot to make the top 8. Oh no! Oh no! Started the turn with a journeyman dodge. Failed the dodge, didn't want to burn the reroll on the journeyman. That is a null turn. Turn 3, back to the Savage Boys. So journeyman, so if you can't field 11 players, you have to fill in the roster with journeyman. They still count against your team value. Journeymen are your standard linemen, but they have the loner trait. That loner trait is if you want to use a team reroll, you have to burn the team reroll first, then you roll a d6 on a 4+. You don't actually get to use the reroll. So often you don't want to start your turn with a journeyman action because something like that can happen. But still, if they're stalling here, they probably would have retreated a few more spaces on the stall. But because they're stalling here, I don't think it's a huge loss on that null turn. And now the Savage Boys are going to get their game plan started. Blitzed down Sophiel Blackmoon over in the left wide zone. Move the blitzer over to the right to take a mark on Dalendal Born Killer. Sweltering heat means at the beginning of a drive, you're going to roll, and 1, 2, or 3 players, random players for each team will be out with heat stroke. You think if that many players are getting heat stroke in a game, maybe put some buckets of water on the sidelines. Electric Man says, "Isn't it at the end of the drive?" Sure, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I would say, but yes, like heat stroke doesn't kick in. Like if you roll heat stroke on the first half in the first drive, you're not going to get it on that first drive. But, well, there's no buts. I was like, well, actually, there's no well, actually. Turn 4 for the World of Cheese. Cease says, who's the star? It is none other than Jordell Fresh Breeze. MA8 player. It's basically a pro elf war dancer. Pro elves are often considered the passing elves. I think they're tricky to run. Their catchers are strength 3, which is awesome. I don't see a catcher. I don't see a thrower on the roster though. World of Cheese now taking a marker over on the right side, suggesting they're going to try to block down Shunter USA. This is the big end blocker. The Orcs have access to 4 big end blockers. They're strength 4 players. Pretty solid pieces, right? And then, of course, they have their blitzers as well. This is another team that has access to 4 blitzers. No, the dead guy's a lineman. Black Moon's going to stand up and take a mark against Urzog Yellow Eyes. Move said I heard his thrower last week. Yeah, I figured there was a thrower on the roster at some point and died, but I didn't want to I didn't want to be like, "Oh, his thrower's dead. Hooray." Move said I did a lot of damage to the team, which was already pretty banged up. That's cool. New Marino murdered my catchers. I have no catchers. I have enough money to rehire though. I think I might do that. All right, so pushing some Orcs aside over in the right wide zone, but committing to that right wide zone. So the Orcs probably going to shift these players over here, block the forward movement here, shift these players over here, block center pitch, and then start applying pressure on the left side. And I've been replaying this old RPG called Valkyrie Profile. I love it so much. I have a lot of nostalgia tied up into it as well. It was, when it released in America, they didn't make a lot of copies. I don't know how many they made, but even when it was released, it was known that there wouldn't be a lot of North American copies. And I bought it back in the day, and I loved it. This was back before Square and Enix merged. So Valkyrie Profile was published by Enix. And I was a kid. And as a kid, I had no money, and I had to sell the game to Funko Land. And like the guys that worked there fought amongst each other to be like they were gonna personally buy it because it was, you know, it was a rare game. And then I didn't have the game for decades. But now I own it again. I have the Japanese version. I have the North American version. I have the whole series, in fact, and I love it so much. It's such a unique Japanese RPG. There's nothing that has ever been made like it before. It's like part platformer, but not really. Action RPG, but not really. Open world RPG, but not really. It's really good. Savage Boyz going to dip into the bonus clock once again here at the end of the first quarter as they start to apply this pressure. You saw them shift those players over to the right side in the right wide zone, shift into center pitch here, and now starting to apply the pressure on the left side here. When you commit to a wide zone, you're saying, I am deciding to cut off one of my movement options. And so the defense can take advantage of that and say, okay, I don't need to defend that side, which means I can strengthen up my defense elsewhere. It's not really a lot of things. Yeah, so, but it's like, it's not really, so it's, imagine like it was a PlayStation game, but imagine like a Super Nintendo RPG. And the mechanics of the combat are, you have 4 characters in your party, and each one is assigned to one of the face buttons. And all you're doing is hitting those face buttons to attack. You get 1 attack with everyone each turn, with certain exceptions, like there's meters and stuff you have to manage. But the whole idea is to time your attacks so you could do elaborate combos. So like maybe one guy can hit someone up into the air and somebody else can come in and juggle them and stuff like that. And if you build up this combo meter, you can then do what's called, it's a Japanese game, so I don't ask me why it's named this, but you can do something that's called Purify Weird Soul. So the game's just about Ragnarok. You're a Valkyrie trying to gather souls from Midgard from Earth to fight for Valhalla. So when you do a Purify Weird Soul, that's like a super move, and then you can keep chaining these combos together. So it's really interesting. But the dungeons are all 2D side scrollers, so like there's platforming involved, like real platforming, but not like Mega Man levels of platforming. And then the whole game, it's not a linear, like I'm telling this specific story. It's basically, there are 8 chapters, and the game says, go find souls. Go find souls to fight in Ragnarok. Ragnarok starts in 172 turns. And you go find people who are about to die, and you take them into your party, and then every now and again Freya's like, hey, we really need somebody with good leadership skills. So you try to find like people who match what Odin and Freya are looking for. And it's just a lot of, it's so much fun. There's a lot more into it that I'm not explaining, but find souls, but not really. Well, you find souls really, but the platforming, it's like, it's not aggressive platforming. Like you're not playing VVV or Mega Man or something. But you are jumping on things and trying to find ways to get to certain platforms and stuff. World of Cheese back on the bonus clock here with 6:05. They're just pulling this offense in tighter here. And by pulling this offense in tighter, they're retreating. Whoops, they're retreating. That just means the Orcs are going to pull in tighter as well, right? They're just going to continue to eat up the space over here. Yeah, Moob says, I think the Elves need to try to break through that turn. They're going to get swarmed now. He explained it well, but not really. I am interested in trying it, but not really. It can be a hard game. Especially, like, because it's so unique. Like, if you're into Japanese RPGs, you might not be into this. But it's so unique and interesting. Oh, and you can find certain treasures or artifacts, and the game warns you. It says all artifacts are property of Odin. You can either send it to Odin, or you can keep it yourself and take a hit on like your score. That like you get scored based on how well you're abiding by Odin's orders. So like, you know, there are certain. I've played the game enough times now that there are certain items I keep and certain items I don't. Here's the blitz over on the left side of this protective contingent. We'll get the knockdown due to block. Looking for an 8+. Doesn't get it. It's also a beautiful game, in my opinion. Beautiful 2D art. Yeah, here come the orcs. Yep, they're just tightening the noose here. McMackey, welcome to the stream. McMackey says, I thought the Woodies were stalling in the other team's end zone, not the other way around. Yep. They dacked off the line here, but now they're getting caught in the right wide zone. Tizz Savage Boys just keeping this defensive formation in check, doing a very good job here. Turn 6 for the World of Cheese. Three rerolls remaining for the World of Cheese. They're going to take a mark on Timidius II. This is the level 3 big and blocker. Picked up the guard and block skills. Move says Jordell leap and run is the only chance they have. Tackle should have stayed back a bit. One die blitz gets a pow against Timidius. Breaks armor as well. Oh, wow, what a removal. Remove one of the big and blockers on the one die block by the number 3 blitzer here. And then takes a mark on Gnome Slayer. So it looks like he's going to move Jordell Fresh Breeze down the right sideline here. But Jordell has an MA of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll see. Ajax the Rat says, go, Pro Elves, go! Can certainly get some protection on Jordell as well. Does have a catcher in Asiago. Yep, there he goes. Fails the 2+ dodge. Works out with the sprint, or the dodge skill, and rushes across the line of scrimmage. Asiago to follow here. I think, I don't know where Born Killer is going to end up. Hasn't stood up the number 6 catcher yet. It's a little scary. Proud Star says, die, Pro Elves, die! Move says, yeah, I'm rooting heavily for the Elves. No offense to Tizzle but I never want to play against their orcs again. Tizzle got a great orc team. 3+ dodge on the stand-up here. I would have stood up the catcher, I think, to just eat a block. I understand it's your catcher. But failed the dodge. Turn 6 now for the Savage Boys. So right now, the thrower has a 3+ dodge to a 1 die block. Ajax the Riot says, I don't want to play against orcs, period. Two die against Sophial. This is the Journeyman. Gets a pow out of this. Fragile lineman here looking for an 8+ to break armor. Doesn't get the armor break. Move says, I played against the Savage Boys twice. Both were really tough draws. In an OT format, I don't really fancy my chances. I think I think it was the same for me. I think we drew twice. I don't remember. I remember one draw. But yeah, Tizzle Bizzle runs a great orc team. Ooh. Ooh. Got the armor break on Born Killer. Gets a stun out of this. Blitz still on the table. Can get the assist for the Blitz. Gets the knockdown here against Black Moon thanks to the block skill. Oh. Good removal here to get rid of a catcher. One of the 3 catchers on the roster. Takes a mark on Asiago. Oh, he'd have to dodge through. Yeah, have to dodge through to get the assist. Savage Boys on the bonus clock yet again. Or I shouldn't say yet again, like they're always on the bonus clock. They have plenty of time left. 2-die rush blitz. Got the POW on Jordell Fresh Breeze. Needed the POW and got it. Will they get the armor break? No armor break. Jordell stays on, not on their feet. But oh! What a pro! Birdie Buffin earning his paycheck. Wow! Got the POW, needed the POW on the blitz. Knocked down the star player Jordell Fresh Breeze and grabbed the ball while he was at it. Very well done. Savage Boys down to 5 minutes, 20 seconds. They've got time on the clock as well. They can score here on defense. Scam. The old punch and catch, that's right. Another armor break here by the troll. Gets stun out of it. These are great stuns. So these orcs can move down this sideline perhaps, but I don't even think they need to. They could just... I mean, they've got options, right? They can move this way. I guess they could move this way if they really needed to. Ajax says, big ops, biggins, hoping, nerf movement. Turn 7 for the World of Cheese now. They were on offense. They dacked off the line. Ended up committing to the right wide zone. I think that cost them there as the orcs closed the noose. Tried to break free with the star player. But the 2-die block worked out with the biggin blocker. And now the World of Cheese finds themselves playing defense, but marked by a ton of orcs. Failed dodge here. Works out due to the dodge reroll. Gets away from the trained troll. Three-plus dodge by the catcher to mark the ball carrier. Gonna try for the blitz. Needs to dodge off the sideline. 1-die blitz. Got the knockdown. We'll see if this ball scatters into an advantageous spot. It does indeed. Jordell Fresh Breeze has 5 points of movement. Just needs to not roll a 1 on the pickup. Well done. Isn't going to risk the rushes. I don't think he needs to. He's going to risk 1 rush. Because 6 would have been... I think it would have been fine. Oh, I see. Trying to get away from the assist. Possible assist. Turn 7 for the Savage Boys. So Jordell Fresh Breeze has an edge of 1+. You may say to yourself, oh, doesn't that mean guaranteed to succeed on those edge rolls that don't have negative modifiers? Nope. It just means that basically you're negating one of the negative modifiers. Natural ones always fail in this game. Natural sixes always succeed. It's going to be a Space Magic Blitz, I think. The cheese puns. Tizzle Bizzle with good action order here, getting the assists for the 2-die blocks. Here's the first one against Gruyere, gets a push. Two-die against Sophiel here, gets the knockdown thanks to block. That's another removed elf. We'll see if that KO sticks here in the upcoming second drive of the game. Breediful. Iron Cynic said, I would have picked with the Blitzer and screened with Jordell to get the SPP. I think that's fair strategically, yeah, absolutely. Trying to keep that SPP on your roster. Who doesn't love a Gouda pun? Savage Boys on the bonus clock once again. They're down to 4 minutes 50 seconds. Blitz still on the table. It looks like it's going to be a 1-die blitz against the ball carrier. Here it is. 1-die blitz needs a POW. Got a skull. Is going to spend a reroll. Space Magic with the POW. 8+ breaks, a 7+ breaks armor with Mighty Blow. Oh no! Got a stun. Very well done. Jordell will not be able to score. Wow. Man, oh man. And a good recovery by Space Magic. Gonna try to pass this ball to score on turn 8. This is not the replay, man. I don't know why sometimes it captures and sometimes it doesn't. I think I'm too quick or something. Like I'm not giving it enough time to save out the file. World of Cheese looking for the blocks they can take here. They can't score anymore. They're going to take a 2-die against Rambo. Got the POW here. This is with Gontrance, the Journeyman. Even if you get SPP on a Journeyman, it's not a problem. You can hire Journeyman. Unlike star players, you can hire Journeyman after the game. So if a Journeyman picked up a bunch of SPP and you don't want to lose that, you can pay their salary and put them on your roster. Replay skill issue. Yeah, maybe so. Oh, why take the mark here? Oh, going for the blitz. That's why. 2-die blitz. 2-die blitz gets the knockdown. Well done. Turn 8 now for the Savage Boys. Can they get on the board? It's going to involve a pass. More than likely, it's going to be a pass and a handoff. In fact, I think it's guaranteed a pass and a handoff. Every single player can either move or block. There are also 4 once per turn actions you can take. One is a blitz, one is a foul, one is a pass, and one is a handoff. Electric Man, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Stand up blitz into the 2-die blitz. Got the pow on the number 6 catcher. Just needs the 7+ with Mighty Blow. Breaks armor. Everyone, oh, got the removal. Every one of these removals is scary. Look on the sideline here for this Pro F team. They've got a death, they've got injury, they got 2 KOs. And don't forget, they're going to have to contend with the Sweltering Heat as well. There's the handoff into the hands of the thrower. Wait! Did they not leave somebody who could score? Oh, no! That was an error for sure. Oh, you can bet Tizzle Bizzle's kicking themselves for that. So the Tizzler Savage Boys are going to get back their 2 KOs. 1 KO for the World of Cheese. How many out with heat stroke? It's gonna be 3. It's gonna be 3. Boy, this is not great news for the World of Cheese. 3 out with heat stroke. That means just 6 taking to the pitch for the World of Cheese, 2 of which are journeymen. Jordell Fresh Breeze out with heat stroke. Can't deal with this Georgia weather. 8v6 on the pitch. It's 2-man player advantage for the Savage Boys. Oh, man. So I think the Savage Boys at this point, they're probably just going to try to hang on this ball the entire half. They'll try to beat up the remaining players. Will we see our first table ever? We'll see. But I think they're going to try. I think they're not, I mean, they're in a great spot right now, right? 3 out with heat stroke, 3 more out. There's just 6 on the pitch. You're the bashy team. You've got a significant strength advantage. All the strategic options for your opponent are really off the pitch. They don't have a thrower. They don't have their star player. They're down 2 of their 3 catchers. I think they're just going to try to score on turn 16 and win this 1-0 and try to get some SPP out of it as well. Shallow kick by the defense, and the Savage Boys are going to pick up an extra reroll. They're up to 3. Ball kicked to the 8-yard line, just inside that right wide zone. Proud Star says, Georgia weather, try Indiana in this humid crap. Yeah, I think it's hot all over. Savage Boys spreading their offense wide. They've got 3 blocks to take on the line. Still have a blitz as well. Going to try to get this ball into the hands of the thrower. The thrower has sure hands. Gets a free reroll on the ball pickup. Here's the first 2-die block on the line. Gets the POW against Born Killer. Looking for an 8+. No armor break. The next block will be with Yellow Eyes. It's another 2-die block coming up. Oh, I had to take it with the Troll because Yellow Eyes is just a normal lineman. Took it with the Troll, got the POW here. Again, looking for a 7+ with Mighty Blow. And now we get a 2 push out of this. Mr. Rocker Cracker says, we had our furnace clean today. The tech asked me to turn the heat on so he could test it after. I had to set the thermostat to 90 to get the furnace to even kick on. Jeez. BB Nuts says 21C max next week in, I'm going to guess that's Bournemouth. 19C by the end of the week. I mean, that sounds lovely. That sounds like great weather. It was, I think it was 30 here today. Hey, I got it right. 2-die blitz against Provolone. Gets the knockdown here, looking for an 8+. Oh, yeah, it was, I think it was 30 today. It was, I mean, I'm inside all day, so I guess it's not that bad for me. But my energy bill is insanity, is absolute insanity. Turn 9 now for the World of Cheese. I mean, I'm on the East Coast, and it just makes it muggy. Move says it's going to be 33 tomorrow here in Georgia. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. BBNet says, is that running your AC? Yeah, the air conditioning is by far the biggest part of it. But they also raised the rates significantly this summer. Like, I think it was like 40%. I used less energy this summer than I did last summer, and I paid significantly more. It's insane. I don't know how anyone really affords it. I just don't. Troll fails the really stupid roll here, so the Troll's just going to hang out at center field. Yeah, my energy bill for the past 2 months have been in the $400 range. It's been about $450 each month. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. T-Dye Blitz against Sophiel, the number 2 journeyman, gets the knockdown here. Looking for 7+ with Mighty Blow. That is pretty frail. Doesn't get the armor break, though. You need to invest in a Russian nuclear power plant. Yeah, it has been very, very insane. When I first saw the bill, I was like, what has happened? How have I used so much? I didn't. I used less. I was, Turn 10 for the World of Cheese now. It's going to be real tough for the World of Cheese to get in on this ball, I think. C says economy's going well across the pond then. Yeah, about as well as you can expect. It is as you can expect. Proudstar says it's going to be sad when the cost of living is higher than you can pay. Yeah. I keep all my curtains, for the most part, I keep them drawn all day. I open them in my office, just because I'm in my office all day. But otherwise, I keep them closed. T-Dye Blitz on the front right corner of the cage here. Got the pal against Space Magic. This could be a huge removal if he can get the armor break. He got the armor break! Wow, what a removal. An Oppo can keep Space Mountain on the pitch. I think the Oppo might be spent here. No! No, Space Mountain's taken off the pitch. Wow. Great removal by Blue, and now a mark on the ball carrier. Very well done here on the armor break. Big loss. I'm surprised the Oppo wasn't spent. Ajax rooting for the defense. Seven v 6 on the pitch. We're playing sevens now. Mr. Rocker Crocker says Maine gets the joy of being the highest rate increase of 36%, I think, over the last year of all 50 states. That's unfortunate. Maybe there should be a tariff on importing sunlight. Chelsea Zola on the blitz here. Just gets a push against the Blodger Blue. Did have the tackle skill. Tackle negates dodge. So the defender stumbles result would have been a knockdown. And now the Savage Boys need to start marking out some elves here to keep them from getting in position on the ball. But then where does the ball go? I think they're going to move back to center pitch. Troll moves downfield to take a mark on Provolone. That's the injured lineman. Broke their arm, but they weren't going to be passing anyway, so that's fine. Looks like the ball is going to shift to the left to the 8-yard line. There it goes. Gnome Slayer, the thrower, on the rush, moves down to the opposing 8-yard line just outside the left wide zone. The number 1 big end blocker, Tamidius II, will move in to cover or fill in the cage, as will Yellow Eyes here. Don't think they'll rush Yellow Eyes, however. Oh, did rush. Did rush with the lineman. Took the rush to fill in that cage. So tight cage here. Back at center pitch. Center pitch. Just outside the left wide zone. Turn 11 now for the World of Cheese. Very, very different game with so few players on the pitch right now. Wide open spaces. I think that that definitely gives an advantage to the Elves in terms of movement. They've got to find a way to crack this cage. They lost their elite player in Jordell Fresh Breeze. Blitz against Chelsea Zola. That will be a knockdown. Repositions the blitzer to try to play some defense. The journeyman now free. Gondras pulls back into the secondary as well. Good 2+ dodge by Asiago. Is the lineman going to keep the troll mark? No, the lineman's going to dodge away from the troll. So holding these orcs to a blitz. Turn 12 now for the Savage Boys. Troll moves forward to mark Sophiel the Journeyman. Very, very different game here. These orcs down so many players. Can't overwhelm the opposing team with players. Need to find a way to take smart blocks. That's going to involve 2 dives with the big end blockers, perhaps by their lonesome. Also going to involve trying to find these blitzes here, trying to leverage block in a smart way where not only can you get the blocks or the blitzes you're looking for with the block skill, but also have that blitzer repositioned to protect your ball carrier. You just don't have enough players, really, to cover the ball carrier otherwise. Good stun here. This may open up the left sideline, or the left wide zone. Mr. Rocker Crocker says ants are murderous little assholes. How so? I don't know anything about ants. I mean, I know some things about ants. I know what they look like. 9 seconds left on the clock for the Savage Boys. Keeping this ball caged up. Front left corner currently marked. Turn 12 now for the World of Cheese. Final turn of the third quarter coming up. It's a 0-0 ball game. Both teams holding on to their rerolls. And that's not surprising, right? There's just so few players left on the pitch. There's effectively a single team of players out there right now. Oh my God, what? Really? Oh, Jesus. One die blitz on the ball carrier. Here we go. Spends the reroll. Gets a both standing result out of this. The ball carrier remains standing. Kaleshi's like, Blood Bowl. Talking about murderous ants. Blood Bowl. And now the L's piling in to this scrum. They're going to fight for this ball in the final quarter of the game. Iron Cynic said easy one die with Wrestle. Wrestle was not chosen to be spent, so the Wrestle player now marking the ball carrier. Fourth quarter begins. The Savage Boys in possession of the ball on the opposing 12-yard line with just 7 left on the pitch. 3 rerolls, trying to win this one. If ants played Blood Bowl, they would be the scariest race by far. Tizz Savage Boys really, really want to win out of this game today. That'll bring them up to 15 points and put them in good shape going into week 9. 12 points right now is the minimum to make the cut. Tizz Savage Boys currently with 12 points. 2-die block against Blue gets a push here. Two-die block it by the Troll against Sophiel. This will be a knockdown, a 7+ breaks armor. Any one of these removals will be big. Doesn't get the armor break, has 33 seconds to go here. Now the blitz. 2-die blitz on Provolone. Gets the knockdown. Clears the ball carrier. I am surprised that the push went to the left. All right, pushing to the left here, so the blitzer gets pushed off the ball carrier. Might be repositioning here. 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the bonus clock. Ball's going to shift laterally to the right. It's going to remain on the 12-yard line. No, it is not. It's going to advance to the 16-yard line after 2 rushes by Bernie Buffin, the rookie blocker. Well done. Continue to move this ball forward. This is what orcs tend to need to do, right? They're a bashy running team. They open up lanes. They move that ball down pitch. Wah! World of Cheese, turn 13. They're now on the left side of the ball. Fighting desperately. At some point here, they're going to have to start threatening the score, which means they're going to have to send somebody downfield and weaken their defense. Spire graciously lowering the rush failure rate from 900% to 99%. What a gift. Oh, El Numerino as well. Sisk, on the other hand, wants the Telestrator of Doom. I'll do my part. I won't pick a side. I won't pick a side. I will draw a question mark and a question mark. Good knockdown on the blitz to mark the ball carrier. Turn 14 now for the Savage Boys. El Numerino rooting for their orcish brethren. Two die blocked against Sophiel here. This is the journeyman gonna get knocked down. Man, it's such a different game with so few players. Oh, great armor break. Great armor break. They'll absolutely be able to capitalize on this. Blitz on the right side now. Oh, I think a reroll is gonna be spent here. Looking for something other than a both standing. Got the push. That'll have to do. It's like the orcs are trying to navigate the magic runabout. Or roundabout. I will never, ever, ever, ever attempt that ever. Ajax, right, rooting for these elves. To try to stop this score, perhaps even score on their own. Push on the blitz. Blue will sidestep to whichever open space they wish to sidestep to. They're going to get pushed straight back. Clears the ball carrier. These elves have to start thinking about scoring, which means they got to make something happen. They're going to lose another player, effectively lose another player here on defense. Or they may just be trying to get a draw out of this. That's an option as well. Tizz Savage Boys absolutely focused on getting a win. They want to pick up those 3 points to help ensure they make the cut. Very, very crucial game here this week and next week. Elder Bruno says those elf blitzers are so annoying. Ball shifts over to the left side now and inches closer to the end zone. Now on the 18-yard line. Shifts back over to the just inside the left wide zone. Turn 14 for the World of Cheese. 3 turns to stop this score, perhaps score themselves. Boy, he went Mach 7. There's a mark on the left side by Asiago against the ball carrier. Good dodge, this time with the wrestle player. 2 die block, got the wrestle down. Very well done. These orcs, man, they have been practicing this week. Wrestled the throw. Wrestled the thrower down to the ground on the blitz. Very good blitz here But Yellow Eyes was there to recover the ball. Blue successfully dodges and rushes to take a mark on the new ball carrier. Good 2+ dodge by Born Killer. World of Cheese down to 1 reroll for the game. Penultimate turn for the Tizz Savage boys. Cease says the troll should have got the ball and then gone stupid for the rest of the match. Tizz Savage boys might be keen on scoring here. If that's true, they're going to try to blitz the blitzer. The problem is the blitzer's a sidestepper. I don't think. Oh, they are gonna. Oh, they have tackle. All right. You know what? Doesn't matter when you roll pals. Doesn't matter when you roll pals. Well done. Now they're gonna hope this troll actually moves out of the way. Troll needs a 2+ to get out of the way. BB Nuts had a smart BB player once said, just roll pals. Mr. Rocker Crocker says there's an event somewhere, probably more than one, where the ball gives the carrier really stupid. That's a lot of fun. Well done, moving the troll out of the way. I think we're going to see a score here by the rookie Yellow Eyes. A clear lane into the end zone. Oh, they're going to stall this out for one more turn. They're going to end up on the 24. Ajax the Ryan says, was that you who said that, BB Nut? Maybe. So one more turn to stall this out. Solid cage setup, lots of strength on the cage. Strength 4 on the back right corner. Strength 5 on the back left. Fails the rush here, probably does. Oh, is going to spend the oh, it's turn 15. Sure, spend the reroll. More BB Nut tips, just roll 6s. Just roll 6s, just roll pals. It's fine, it's easy. Don't roll ones. Two-die block against Gnome Slayer gets a push out of this. If you remove the opposing team, it's hard for them to score. You know what? If you remove the opposing coach, it's also hard for them to score. World of Cheese needs to make something happen here, or they're going to lose this game 1-0. Here they go. Big 6+. 6+ for the dodge into the blitz. Didn't get it. Good effort. Tizz Savage boys. They're going to take the lead 1-0 in this ball game. Very hard fought ball game. That's right. That's right. Should have rolled a 6. Very well done by Tizzle Bizzle. Sun Tzu Blood Bowl. One turn left unless there's a timeout. 2 out with heat stroke. But at least it's not going to be Jordell Fresh Breeze. He's back on the pitch for a single turn. Again, unless there's a timeout. If there's a timeout, then these Pro Elves have an opportunity to tie this ball game. One-man player advantage for the Orcs. It'll be 9v8 on the pitch. We had 2 timeouts in the game. The refs were terrible at timekeeping. Yes, yes they were. Look, man, they're not trained for timekeeping. Ajax the Rice says, "Come on, 1-turn touchdown. We'll see if he can make it. We'll see if James Lick Snacks can make it happen." It is a tight. It is a tight defensive line here. Maybe not. I swear to you, I would genuinely buy a book that you wrote with these strategic insights. Here's the kick. I imagine this will be a center. Whoa, that ball it's magic. Yeah, center kick here. Who's got the Predator Nuffle? It's going to be the Tizz Savage Boys. It's not going to matter. Unless the World of Cheese has some sort of trick up their sleeve for a one-turn or a one-turn touchdown here. Well, they're not going to be able to score. Not going to do it that way, that's for sure. Gets a push here against Space Magic. What's with the 1,500% tariff? Yeah. Yeah. Push on Space Magic. Space Magic's going to stand firm. A little bit of time spent there. No doubt Tizz will be... Wait, is there a one-turn attempt here? 2+ pickup for some SPP. Trying to pick up that extra point. Well done. So the catcher will be able to level up now. Very good presence of mind here by James Lake Snacks to pick up that extra point of SPP. Another push against Space Magic. This will be a... maybe it won't be a stand firm. Maybe he just doesn't want to eat another block. No, it will be a stand firm. And that will be the end. The Tizz Savage Boys win this one 1-0. Congratulations to Tizzle Bizzle. Boy, what a close competition this is so far. Tizzle Bizzle picking up a crucial extra 3 points here to stay at the top of the leaderboard. Not just in Division A, but across all 3 divisions. The Tizz Savage Boys, look at that. The number 1, the number 2, and the number 3 teams all undefeated in Division A. Tizz Savage Boys pick up another 3 SPP. They're up to 15 points with 1 more game to play in the competition. Yeah, that's exactly right. Ajax the Riot says this competition is so tight. It is indeed. Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at the schedule before we leave for the evening. Coming up next, we have a game this Monday, August 18th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It's the Pip Stars versus the Believe Broncos. Dead Fred versus BB Nut. That's going to be Lizards versus Nurgle. That'll be a fun one. And then one more game left to be scheduled this week. I'm not sure if Tide is in slang or Tide is in close. I got to fix the text. I don't know why the text is wrong. Thank you for the thank you. Oh, it's been a long day. Thank you very much, Elder Bruno, cheering for Pips Pippy. All right, that'll do it for tonight. That was a lot of fun. One more game left to be scheduled here in week 8. Tizzle Bizzle says, I think that locks me in a playoff spot. I think it may. I got to do the math, but I think you're good. When that game gets scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl, man. We had 3 excellent games tonight. A very, very close competition. Everyone playing their heart out. We had just really great gameplay. It's been a lot of fun to watch. And you can participate with us as well. If you want to participate in the Dungeon Bowl, come hang out in our Discord. there is the link for it in chat right there. And you can say, hey, Ava, I want to play in the next competition. What do I do? I'll put you on the list. When registration opens, I'll tell you what to do. I'm Ava U2 over in Discord. This game is so much fun. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Although apparently not all of them have Blood Bowl. Until Monday, August 18th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun, too. We'll see you back here after the weekend. Have a great weekend, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.